Hello, my name is Lewis Sivan and I'm the Managing Director of Redcon Property Management, and we are responsible for looking after the building Cape Towers. The purpose of this video is to assist you to understand your tenant statement. It's very important to us and to you that you understand each line of your tenant statement. Okay, here we are looking at a typical tenant statement that you will receive on the 25th of each month, payable on the 1st of the next month. Your statement is split into three very distinct areas. The top area, which we'll discuss now, your middle area, which has all your charges, and we'll discuss, and the bottom area, which explains to you how to pay us. Let's look at the top. A lot of this information doesn't change month to month. We start with the tenant name, and then the tenant unit number and which building, in this case Cape Towers 707, and the suburb. Then you have the landlord information. The landlord is Ottawa House. You have the landlord's VAT number, which is a requirement when producing statements. You have the landlord's company registration number and the property, in this case Cape Towers, and it has a code because everything on our system gets given a code. And this statement refers to unit Cape Towers 707. Here is this statement's invoice number. Changes, obviously, invoice by invoice. If the tenant had a VAT number, it would be quoted here, but we do quote the tenant's ID number. This statement is for the month of April, and the deposit that the tenant has paid we show, and in this case the tenant paid a 2-month deposit because he was self-employed. This is very important because it says monthly charges are generated on the 26th of March. That means anything that happens after the 26th of March cannot appear on this statement. If the tenant paid us after the 26th of March, it would not appear on this statement. If you have any queries, you would contact Sheila. Right. Let's look at the charges. The first line is the balance brought forward, BF brought forward. And this shows us that the tenant owed 4605.61 at the end of last month. When he got given his statement, the total last month was 4605. He should have paid 4605 at the end of last month. But we received from him, using this receipt reference, only 2,000 Rand. In other words, he short paid us. Because he short paid us, unfortunately for him, he is then charged a penalty. Please don't short pay. Then we start charging for our water and municipal charges. Water residential, hot water residential. We charge residential effluent. Effluent is sewage, and residential refuse. There is a separate video that will explain in detail the very complicated process of billing for water, cold water, and hot water. It requires its own video. I've prepared one for you. Please read it. please view it. We charge our regular fixed monthly rent, in this case for Cape Tower 707, and it's 3950. It doesn't change every month until at the end of 12 months it will go up with the escalation. As I say, we've done the residential effluent, which is a fixed charge. 108.39 is what council charges us, and it does not change month on month. That's for sewage, doesn't change. And refuse is also a fixed charge. It doesn't change month on month, and it's 35 Rand per month. Pause this video at any time to check against your statement. So the tenant started by owing 4605 last month. He paid 2,000 Rand, which was a short payment. So he'll be owing us some money from last month. Plus all his new charges for this month means he owes us a total of 7086. He must pay 7086. We put a note to say rent is due by the 1st of the month. If you don't pay by the 1st of the month, then we reserve the right to charge penalties and interest. You saw that this tenant was charged a penalty for not paying his full rent. And then you come down to the most important part of the statement, which is how to pay your rent. If you pay at the bank, you can use your statement as a deposit slip. It is pre-printed for you to use. You can see at the top the account name for the landlord, FNB Ottawa House, the branch, Selby, the branch code, and the account number to where you must pay your rent. But nothing is more important than the reference number. The number being 1601 in this case, but you'll have your own number, and the name, which I've blurred out. Please, your statement will tell you what your reference number is. You must put your correct reference number, what your statement says, because we have over 1,000 tenants and we cannot find the money that you've paid if you use an incorrect reference. Whatever you do put there gets imported automatically into our system and appears over here. So that was your tenant statement. If you have any questions, please do speak to your building caretaker. He is trained to assist with your tenant statement and any queries you may have. You may also send an email to info@redcon.co.za. As a sign of how seriously we take our tenant correspondence, a copy of all emails sent to info@redcon.co.za comes to my desk also. I hope this has been of assistance to you, and I look forward to having you stay in our building for many, many years to come. Thank you.